The Emirate wants to foster a culture of research and development.
Our schools are actively involved in the future of the Emirate, how to make bridges, water cleaning system. Our students develop first humanoid in Ajman. It calls Masar AI to save energy with the help of AI.
When it comes to AI, are we teaching them a new form of high-level critical thinking?
To get a very good high-quality results with AI, you need to have very developed critical thinking. I tell my ChatGPT, humanize it as if you're a 9 years girl who frequently making mistakes in 1-2 sentences. Information itself, it doesn't have value until our students have skills and knowledge how to use it.
Yeah. Were you a student who used to ask why, pushing the boundaries of system which you now lead?
For sure, I asked it questions, and I believe our questions reflect our inner state. You need to learn how to do the stuff which you don't like, and you need to learn how to be persistent.
We live in a very hyper-connected world. So how can we actually motivate these students?
As a teacher, you will motivate the students. If you make them feel comfortable in your lessons, they will study by themselves much more. If you motivate someone, we have this motivation, but motivation doesn't last long. Motivation will finish maybe after 1-2 weeks. Only motivation is not enough. Let's look at this from different positions. Working a lot is not enough to get a lot of money. To succeed in life, what do you need? I need to know something what other people don't do.
Who supports the teacher's emotional health?
We can't make kids happy or anyone around ourselves happy until we are happy by ourselves.
If you take an admission in my school, you're getting into a partnership and not just a transaction with business.
There are no good or bad schools. If you feel here comfortable, it means that you belong to us.
How do you unwind yourself?
I believe if we work hard, we need to rest. All of us need to look at ourselves, find treasure in our own garden and develop it. In UAE, we are lucky because it's difficult, to be frank, to make in foreign countries.
Welcome to VRR Dialogues. Today we have an exceptional leader, Ms. Natalia Svetenok, Principal of Woodlem British School, Ajman. Ms. Natalia, it's such a pleasure to have you with us on this podcast show.
Ms. Pooja, we are also very happy and very pleased to welcome you at Woodlem British School.
The Emirate wants to foster a culture of research and development. How do you encourage students to conduct original research, social innovation to ensure that they actually solve the real world skills problem?
I live in Ajman and work in Ajman for 7 years. It is a small emirate. I am amazed how strong community here. Our students have very strong support of APIA, Ministry of Education, Ajman Municipality, Ajman Police and hospitals. So our students propose some kind of competitions. And by the way, our schools are actively involved in the future of the Emirates. Our students were the part of competitions of the projects, how to make bridges. Our students participated in May's competition, which was conducted in Gulf Medical University, and they developed a very impressive application. It calls Masar AI, which helps houses, schools, and also medical centers, hospitals to save energy with the help of AI. Students developed it completely. They developed business model and we took the first place. Our students participated in can collection, in plastic collections, in developing water cleaning system. Our students built a small model of water cleaning system and we also presented it in Ajman University. Currently, our students took the third place in national AI competition. Our students developed first humanoid in Ajman. We participated in engineering competitions in Dubai. We took all good places. Ajman help our students because community here is very close and we all work together.
I'm very excited to understand the kind of encouragement students get when it comes to AI, if we teach students how to prompt, do you think we are teaching them to be lazy, or are we teaching them a new form of high-level critical thinking?
My doctorate is about humanized AI system and the impact on differentiated level students. AI situation, how it is discussed by many leaders, I feel that it is discussed without deep understanding. What do you mean when students use AI? They lose their critical thinking. To get a very good high quality results with AI, you need to have very developed critical thinking. 2 months ago, I caught my daughter, who is 9 years old, by making her homework with AI. I told her, Jana, what are you doing? I told the teacher will see that you are using AI. And she told me, no, mama, they will never know. I told, why? Because I'm using a special prompt. I told, what is your special prompt? I tell my chat GPT, humanize it as if you're 9 years girl who frequently making mistakes in 1-2 sentences, who is talking as if. When I saw this approach, I was surprised. She's just 9 years and already she has this kind of thinking, which, her kind of prompt already more advanced than her homework was. When we are working with AI, really, we just get faster access for information. But information itself, it doesn't have value until our students have skills and knowledge how to use it.
Yeah.
It helps us to solve the problems faster. And to be frank, it gives advantage to our students because maybe they will be more developed than us in our age. It gives them like 10-20 years advantage.
Certainly, it helps develop the high-level critical thinking, and for sure, it's not making children lazy. So, Ms. Natalia, many great leaders were quite actually challenging students. So, I would love to know from you, were you a student who actually followed every rule? Or were you the one who used to ask why, pushing the boundaries of system which you now lead?
I always was one of the top students. I studied well. For sure, I asked questions, and I believe our questions reflect our inner state. I believe that if you are doing something, you need to do it good. It is not the issue of grades. It is not the issue of anything. It is issue of responsibility and self-respect. You need to learn how to do the stuff which you don't like, and you need to learn how to be persistent. I always tell my students, I always tell my teachers, once you start do something which you don't like, when you feel bored, it means that you are step in success. Because success, it doesn't come, like outcomes. It is daily actions which we are doing because we have discipline.
We live in a very hyper-connected world. So how can we actually motivate these students to be on the same routine life and still achieve great success?
If you motivate someone, we have this motivation, but motivation doesn't last long. Motivation will finish maybe after 1-2 weeks. How I motivate kids, I also can give you some samples. I had the coaching conversation with my son. He is now a teenager. I asked him, what do you want to achieve in your life when you will reach 20? So he thought, I want to have a lot of money, I want to have this. How much it is a lot of money? It was the first time when he started to count how much he actually spent. So it was big discovery for him that his much money, it's not so much how he expect. So then I tell him, okay, you are going to graduate, you maybe will not graduate. Will you be able to earn this money? So he make research, he told, no. Not enough. So what you should do to earn this? He tells. So I should work a lot? I tell, okay, let's look at this from different position. I mean, if there are some people who are working 24 hours per day and they are not earning much, I tell why. It was really point, this talk really shifted his life because he understood working a lot is not enough to get a lot of money. We come to the point, imagine there is a big plant with 3,000 people. I tell, how many managers do they have there? He told, one. I tell, does this manager get a lot of money? Yeah. I tell, why other people don't get?
Yes.
So he tell, because he knows something what other people don't do.
Yes.
I tell, so to succeed in life, what do you need? I need to know something what other people don't do. I saw really shift in him. He is now 16 years old. He really started to study, to take new skills and so on. Last month, with video editing, with his TikTok and so on, he was able to earn 10,000. Coaching, it is not about telling the person what exactly to do. It is how you ask them questions and they find the answers inside themselves. Only motivation is not enough. Person always must ask himself two questions: why and how. For example, why we want to achieve these results. It becomes our vision together, and I include students in this as well. When we know why and what exactly we want, we start to discuss how we will do it, and step by step we achieve it.
When it comes to teachers, who supports the teacher's emotional health?
I strongly believe, as educator, as parent, as anyone, we can't make kids happy or anyone around ourselves happy until we are happy by ourselves. I support our teachers, I inspire them, I try to help them as much as possible. I believe that if your staff, if your team is happy, your students as well will be happy.
If I were to walk into your staff room and ask any of your teachers to describe your leadership style in 3 words, which 3 words would they pick and why?
Well, I feel I'm strategic. We all have the same vision. We all know why. We all know how. Second, I feel fairness. If I address your success, I address action. I don't address you as a person. If, for example, the teacher doing wrong, I can give him a warning. The third one, I feel I'm supportive, because if students come to me, for example, they want to organize something, I tell, okay, move on. I tell whatever support you need, we will do with you. It's the same for the teachers. Sometimes kids, if they become your partners in education, they give you much more ideas than even teachers can give. If you make research in a pedagogical study in psychology, the brain of students can work only if they feel safe, if they feel comfortable. If as a teacher you will motivate the students, if you make them feel comfortable at your lessons, they will study by themselves much more.
Absolutely. Comfort really brings out the best in you.
Yeah.
What is the most successful, sustainable project that your students have led, and how did it change their relationship within the school environment?
Success for me is that as many students as possible participated and studied something. Our Masar AA project, our sewerage project, the boys really were very creative, and how much dedication they showed for this project is really impressive. Students starting from FS up to year 11, they showed us their sustainability projects.
If we speak about inclusion, we say that inclusion is for everyone. So I want to understand what kind of trainings are given to subject specialists to make them inclusion specialists.
I believe that inclusion is the key of the schools. For inclusion myself, I took all possible diplomas and courses just to get knowledge how better to deal with the kids, how to make our surrounding fit them.
How do you practically demonstrate to a prospective parent that if you take an admission in my school, you're getting into a partnership and not just a transaction with business?
I was a founded principal of the school, and I started it from zero. When we just opened the school, I met a lot of parents, because when the school is new, parents not always trust. One parent, she asked me, tell me, why should I put my child in your school while there are a lot of other schools? I told her that there are no good or bad schools. Each school is unique. Each school has its own, spirit. I told, take your child, go to different schools and feel how comfortable you and your child feels. If you feel here comfortable, it means that you belong to us. We make a very, very strong community of the students, parents. So we have families who have 3-4 kids together with us. They started to make these connections, which is difficult, to be frank, to make in foreign countries. The best promotions of any school, it is a feedback of our parents and our students.
Ms. Natalia, we see you as a strategist, as a mentor, as a principal. But when the school gates closes and you are just Miss Natalia, how do you unwind yourself?
I believe if we work hard, we need to rest. I really enjoy to spend quality time with my kids. I like really sometimes to go to the desert or to the mountains with the chairs, with the tea, to see sunset, sunrise. In UAE, we are lucky because there are so many nice places. So after 1-2 hours being there, you feel as if you went and back from vacation.
Is there any one hobby that you always wanted to do but never had time for?
I want to restart my gym.
And so, for example, if you're stranded on a desert and the only thing that you can carry with you is a book, which book it would be?
It was one book, Alchemist. It's a book about the person who was traveling around the world for searching for the sense of life, and at the end of his life he found that the real treasure was in his own gardens.
Yes.
So I really believe that all of us need to look at ourselves, find treasure in our own garden and develop it.
In a parallel universe where schools don't exist, what would we find you doing? Are you a chef, an actor, or perhaps a rock star?
I'm thinking I would be a writer, and also I like to make videos of nice moments of my life. So maybe I would become a film director.
I'm feeling quite inspired.
It was a big pleasure to have you here with us, and I hope it is not the last visit. So you're always welcome.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.